Hey guys, this movie's just going to run you through a free FX rack I've made in Live for adding interesting textures and atmosphere to your tracks, which are perfect for filling out and adding some cool elements to your mix. In this project, I've just got a few loops from Tom Middleton's new Loop Masters sample pack, and you can hear if I load up some of the different rack presets that it can make a wide range of sounds, from subtler background atmospheric noises to more upfront percussion-like parts. So it's a really useful rack for adding to the main groove of your track, or creating cool effects progressions and crazy sounds in breakdowns. As an example of how to use the rack, once you've added it to a MIDI track, you just need to trigger it with a sustained note, for example C3, which is running throughout this 1-bar clip here. The default instance of the rack has all of the effects turned down, so the first thing to do if wanting to create your own sound is to rotate the sample dial, where you can choose one of 10 basic samples, which you'll hear pulse on each beat. Although there are just 10 samples in there, there's loads you can do with them to personalize the sound, as you'll see now. First up, you can adjust the volume using the dial in the opposite corner. And then you've got two main shapers below, which control the pitch and frequencies. The pitch dial changes the sample speed across a wide range, which not only raises the pitch up and down, but totally transforms the sound as it changes the amount the sample loops as well to create all sorts of different effects. Particularly as you go really high. The second shaper is simply a high-pass filter cutoff, which removes as much bass as you want from the sound. This pumping dial introduces some amplitude envelope adjustment to make the level fade in as on a sidechain compressor. Set to around -30, you can hear we get a fairly nice curve. Or you can go higher to make the effect more extreme, where the level fades up more exponentially, just getting loud right at the end of the beat before the next kick sounds. The last controls are for adding atmosphere. You've got a reverb with the amount set using the first dial, and then the time can be adjusted if you want using the second dial. Setting the amount to 100 means you just hear the reverb, so it's good for adding more subtle atmospheric sounds. Then, as well as, or instead of the reverb, you can add some delay with the last dial, which introduces some nice panned echoes into the effect. I'm going to show you how to create your own sound with the rack now. So I'll create a new MIDI track, add the default rack to it, then copy over the MIDI clip and hit play. Now the first sample is playing, so what I'll do is check out that chain, which is the top one. If I double click it, I can see that instance of sampler, and clicking on the sample tab then shows me the sample, which you can see playing. So now what I'll do is load in my own sample, which I'll take from Loop Masters' Epic Cinematic FX Volume 2 pack. Maybe one of the entropy samples. So if I drag it in now, you'll hear we get that playing instead. And now what I can do is drag the loop bracket and sample start marker around to create whatever type of sound I want, adjusting the pitch dial at the same time too, which will change the effect the loop size has. and then I can tweak the macro controls to add pumping, reverb, and delay. If I like the sound but I want to create a variation, what I can do is duplicate the chain, then show our chain list here, and you'll see we've got 2 on the first chain now. So what I'll do is delete the one that did come next, and then drag the duplicated chain over to the next chain select position. Then I'll switch to that chain with the sample dial. And now I can make some edits to change the bit of the sample that's playing. So now I've got 2 of my own FX sounds on the first 2 chains, which I can switch between as you can see. And of course I can save the rack into my user library if I want to create my own preset for it. I hope you found this movie useful and have fun with the rack. And to learn more about Live, check out the huge range of courses at live-courses.com. See you next time.